It all comes out of the reforms in Saudi Arabia. Mohammed bin Salman, the Crown Prince, allowing women to drive, pushing these reforms through. But in the run-up to women being given permission to drive, a number of the women who'd pushed for this, the women's rights advocates, were themselves arrested. And that was a hugely controversial matter. In fact, last week, two more activists were arrested, which prompted Canada to tweet and to share out that they wanted these people to be immediately released, including, prominent bloggers and other people arrested in Saudi Arabia. They say Canada is gravely concerned about the additional arrests here. Now, this call for immediate release was seized upon by the Saudi authorities, and they accused Canada of meddling in the country. And in a long Twitter thread, they went after Canada on this one. Let's just bring up some of the stronger statements. The Canadian position is an overt and blatant interference in the internal affairs of the kingdom and is a contravention of the most basic norms of international relations. They also then said any attempt by Canada to interfere in our affairs gives us the right to interfere in their affairs. Now, you can see here the way this was descending online between the two nations. The Canadian ambassador was expelled, and the Canadian foreign minister tweeting to say that was deeply concerning, that Canada would continue to stand up for women's rights in the kingdom. So all this going on. But prominent female rights activist, Manal al-Sharif, she was behind a campaign to help women get that right to drive, saying, "Thank you, Canada, for speaking up for us," tweeting, and then calling on the EU, saying, "Where is your voice in this matter?" So all this is going on. But then we started to see Twitter trolls picking up on Canadian social issues, Twitter trolls presenting themselves as Saudi users, picking on issues within Canadian civil society. For example, let's just bring up this one. This is a Twitter troll. I'll tell you why in a moment. But in Saudi Arabia, we feel worried, twisting the language round, about the Canadians committing cultural genocide against Indigenous people. We also support the rights of Quebec to get independence. So picking on two very sensitive human rights issues in Canada. Why is this a troll? Well, a lot of users did screenshots where this exact same message, the same text, coming again and again and again, being used multiple times by multiple different accounts. So in amongst the backdrop of this diplomatic spat, a lot of trolls getting involved as well. So a controversial issue, Tessa, and one where trolls are just a part of the problem.